Today we're going to be talking about the law of sines, and then we'll talk about the law of cosines a little bit later. So we're going back to triangles. We want to go back to solving triangles. Now, before when we were doing triangles and sines and cosines, we were using SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA can only be used in right triangles, which is kind of limiting because a lot of times we have triangles that are not right triangles, and we still want to be able to work with those. So if we don't have right triangles, we can use these other laws. So the first one we want to talk about is the law of sines. You may have done this last year in geometry. It just depends on who your teacher was and if you had time for it. So law of sines looks like this. The sine of A over A. When we're doing law of sines, capital letters are angles, lowercase letters are sides. So sine of angle A over side A is equal to the sine of angle B over side B is equal to the sine of angle C over side C. And what I want to point out to you is that angle A is opposite side A. Angle C is opposite side C, and angle B is opposite side B. Okay, so that's how those work. Now, when we're doing these laws, this law of sines, we never use all three of these. Like we'll just set up a proportion that looks like that. Okay, that you just have two of them. It doesn't matter which two. It can be A and C or B and C or A and B, just whatever. Okay. So let's walk through one of these examples. So you can see we have this triangle. We want to solve it. Remember, solving it means to find all of the missing sides and angles. So we are missing angle A. We're going to figure out what that is. We're missing side A. And we're missing side C. Okay, so those are the three pieces that we're going to need to find. All right, let me move this up so I have some workspace. Okay, so we can find angle A very easily because we already know two sides of our triangle. So we're just going to take 180 and subtract 53, and we're going to subtract 44. Okay, or you can add 53 and 44 and subtract it from 180, however you want to go about that. So let me get my calculator here. So that's 83 degrees. Okay, so now that we know that that is 83 degrees, we're going to do this law of sines. So in order to do law of sines, you need to have at least one pair of a side and angle that you know. So we know this angle and its side, so we definitely have to use that. So we're going to say the sine of 44 over 7 equals, and then it doesn't matter which one we do next. Let's do A. 83 and A are paired together. So the sine of 83 over A. Okay, so now we need to solve this. This is a proportion. So one of the ways you can do this is you can just cross multiply. So you get A sine of 44 equals 7 sine of 83. And then to solve for A, we're just going to divide both sides by sine of 44. Okay, when we put this in the calculator, make sure you're in degree mode. So on your scientific calculator, when you're looking at the screen right now, it should say DEG on it, on the screen. If it doesn't, up towards the top left, there's a button that says DRG, stands for degrees, radians, gradients. You're going to hit that, and you can switch between degrees and radians. So make sure you're in degree mode. You're probably already in degree mode. Also, your calculator is going to start parentheses when you do sines. So just make sure you close them just like that. Okay. So when we do this on the calculator, 7 sine of 83, close the parentheses, divided by sine of 44, close the parentheses, and I get 10. Okay. And now we need to find side C. So let me erase some of this stuff so we can see a little bit better. All right, so again, we're going to set up one of those proportions. We need a pair that we know, so we're going to do this again. Sine of 44 over 7 is equal to, and we are trying to find c, so we're going to do those two. Sine of 53 over c. Again, I'm going to cross multiply, so I get c sine of 44 equals 7 sine 53. And then we'll divide both sides by sine of 44. And that's going to give us our value for side C. Again, your calculator is going to start parentheses, so just make sure you close them. Handwriting's not my strength today. That's okay. So 7 sine of 53 divided by sine of 44. Close parenthesis. And we get 8.0405 or something like that. That's okay. We'll just go 8. All right, and that's it. We have solved this triangle. Those are our answers. Okay. All right, let's check out another one while we're here. Looks like this one's going to start very similarly. We need to find angle B. We need to find side A and side C. Okay, so first to find angle B, all we have to do is take 180 and subtract 51 and subtract 39, or add those and then subtract from 180. Doesn't matter to me how you do that. So minus 51 minus 39. Oh, this is a 90-degree angle. All right, now, since this is a 90-degree angle, we could do SOHCAHTOA on it, okay? That would totally work. But I want to show you that law of sines works even if you have a 90-degree angle. Okay, apparently writing 90 was not happening for me. Let's do that. All right, so we'll start. We're going to do the law of sines just to show you that this works. We need a pair that we know. So we know angle B is 90 and 27. So we're definitely going to start with that. So the sine of 90 over 27. Then it doesn't matter which one we find next. I'm going to find A next. So 39 and A go together. So the sine of 39 over A. This is a proportion, so I'm just going to cross multiply. So we have A sine of 90 equals 27 sine of 39. And then to solve for A, we're going to divide both sides by 90. Now, I don't know if you realized it, but the sine of 90 is just 1. So you wouldn't actually have to do that, but you can go ahead and put it in your calculator. It's not going to hurt anything. Remember to close your parentheses when you're doing this. So 27 sine of 39 divided by sine of 90. And 16.99, which we're just going to round to 17. That is side A. All right. Now we need to find C. Sorry about that. That was the wrong button. I want to erase that so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, again, we need an angle and a side that we know to start with. So we'll start with the sine of 90 over 27. And we're trying to find C now, so we need angle C and side C. So the sine of 51 over C. We're going to cross multiply, so C sine of 90 equals 27 sine 51. We're going to divide both sides by the sine of 90. And again, close your parentheses. Close your parentheses. So 27 sine of 51 divided by sine of 90 is, if we round up, 21. Okay. And just to show you, let's see. Remember I said we could have used SOHCAHTOA on this because it's a 90-degree angle, but the law of sines also works. So we'll see a couple examples in the next video.